My name is Michaela Heidel. I'm a senior mass communication student with a minor in advertising.
My name is William Rockamp. I am a senior mass communication student with a minor in speech communication.
My name is Heather Fiore. I am a senior mass communication student with a minor in advertising.
My name is Craig DeVideo. I'm an instructor here at York College of Pennsylvania.
So ultimately what drew me to this field was I just found a love for being able to creatively tell stories through media platforms such as video, audio, and to be able to collaborate that with my advertising minor was perfect for what I was going for.
I was drawn to the mass communications major because of all of the opportunities that it brings. I am interested in a lot of different areas like videography, photography, editing, and even social media management and marketing. So the mass communications major paired with my advertising minor really allows me to combine all of those.
I was immediately drawn to the mass communications field because I've always had a love for sports media, and when I visited the school in the summer of 2018, Professor Schiffman and Professor Briggs really drew me in with what I could get out of a bachelor's degree in mass communications, and they told me that I was in good hands and that I would be getting all the experience to not only pursue my dream of becoming a sports broadcaster, but I would be learning the editing aspects of it, and I would be learning public speaking and all the things that go along with mass communications.
So for this project, and as an entire class, we've been collaborating and creating 4 different videos for different majors in the communications and writing department. This has provided a challenge for all of us because we don't know how all of us are going to edit these different projects and how we're going to make our specific clients happy. So it's been a bit of a challenge to collaborate as an entire class and create 4 different programs that are cohesive and that work well together.
My group is creating a documentary for the professional writing major.
So my role for this project is project manager. So I've been the one mainly communicating with everyone, trying to set up interviews, setting up B-roll times, everything in the realms of communicating. I was pretty much ahead of that. And I've also collaborated with my team, and we have gone together and done footage for B-roll and interviews. We've pretty much all collaborated together for this project.
For me personally, my main responsibility has been the audio editing aspect. I've also done some footage, getting B-roll, looking at the B-roll, potentially cutting down clips for the advanced production class. And we are all split into 4 groups, so this responsibility would only be for the professional writing major.
While creating the documentary, my main responsibilities have been helping with planning, videography, and editing. Altogether, we have had very equally split responsibilities, so we have all had a little bit of a part in the editing, in the videography, the audio, the planning, and so on.
I'm actively involved in the process of helping the advanced class make the documentary on the agency that they're working for. Sometimes the projects they're working on are meant for nonprofit agencies, sometimes they're for internal agencies here at the college, but the end result is the advanced class gets a chance to work with a real client for a real cause, and it takes them all semester to do so to make this final product.
The most challenging part of creating our documentary has been trying to schedule interviews with the other interviewees. A lot of them have gotten sick, and they're students just like us, so they have busy schedules, extracurriculars. So trying to schedule their interviews while also coordinating our schedules has definitely been the most challenging part.
When you're analyzing student work, sometimes, you have to tell the student something close to, your stuff looks like normal television, and it's beautiful. So giving them advice on what it means to do the correct things in our industry is the biggest observation I'll make of me observing these documentaries, is that trying to help students through the process and what it means to set up cameras and microphones and lights and have them do interviews just like today and tell stories. It's certainly challenging for them. It's equally challenging to give them advice and critique, because sometimes it's interpreted as criticism, which it never is if it's given with love. And we always try to help students create a better product tomorrow.
So working on this documentary has given us a lot of individual freedom. This is really one of the first projects that we've had to branch out and be creative on our own. And with the help of Professor DeVideo, we have had a lot of that freedom to do what we want and really make the project our own. We've also learned the importance of communication with each other and with our interviewees so that everything is planned well and works out in the end.
Working on this documentary has taught me a lot when it comes to organization and how to take doing a project like this and transferring that into doing productions in the outside world after graduation, and just how organized you have to be with your clients and just how responsible you have to be in getting stuff done at a deadline.
I think for me, one thing that I've learned about the professional writing major is how much they value the tight-knit community of writers around them and how much each of them kind of pulls from their creativity off of each other. And I think that's really a valuable skill to be able to attain and something that I think I could also take with me as well.
Having students engage with outside agencies is probably the absolute best experience a student can have. Learning what it's like to cater to a real agency, answer to a real authority figure that's not an instructor, not somebody dictating their grade or asking them for homework assignments, but inquiring why the program isn't done and why the lighting and audio is corrupt. It's a great experience for the students to work for a real live normal client. I think the biggest takeaway from working in an environment like your college of Pennsylvania provides is it gives students the opportunity to see what it will be like to work out in the real world. And actually, in the evaluations I get at the end of every semester, I think the most common core thread is when students respond to say that working with real agencies was the biggest teaching opportunity this school offered them that created an environment for them, the student, to mature as a producer. So I'm really happy to have been a conduit for the students to get that experience and have them get ready for the real world.
Working on this documentary has given me a new perspective of professional writing. The major involves a lot more than I realized. I didn't know that it involved so much editing, like in the Adobe Suite, Adobe InDesign. They have a lot of opportunity as far as jobs. It's a very versatile major, and that's something that I didn't know before going into this.
I think overall one of the biggest things that I've learned is how important it is to collaborate with a team of people. Especially in the communications field, you're going to be working with people all of the time. And so this was a great opportunity to be able to come together with other people, have all of our creative ideas, and put them together in one cohesive piece.